Most dads think that they need more control in order to fix the chaos in their home, when in reality, what they actually need is to be able to be the one person who doesn't get swept away in the chaos no matter what. If you're a dad who wants to show up steady, present, and ready to rock every single day, regardless of what's going on around you, you want to be a solid rock of a man for your wife and for your kids, this video is for you. Hey everybody, welcome back to Dadaptation. My name is Andrew Love, and here, Dadaptation is all about adapting to the world that is so that you can thrive in an ever-changing world. And if you learn the skills of adaptation as a dad and as a husband, you will enjoy the ride. And if not, you will be stressed out of your mind. So today's all about that, reclaiming your zen, your joy, your silliness, enjoying being a father and a husband, because if you're not enjoying it, what's the point? And obviously it comes with stress. It comes with challenges. That's just a given. But it doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. And it doesn't mean you can't learn from these challenges that are being thrown at you. So why not? Why not learn from them? So let's start by talking about calm, because I am a bit of a spaz myself. There's an earlier video about being a spaz dad and how to avoid that. This is very similar, but it would take in a different approach so that you can understand it more in depth, right? In terms of chaos, if you think about our daily chaos, we have in our homes, we have kids melting down, especially if you have kids who are 2 or 3, they're just freaking out. They are just all over the place. They are psychopaths, in terms of like they're laughing maniacally like an evil villain, and then they're crying, and then they're somewhere in between zoned out and pooping their pants. Like they're all over the place, right? So you have these kids meltdowns. It's very easy for wives to have their own stress separate from ours. Sometimes we're the cause of their stress, but sometimes they're just carrying a lot. And you can enter the home at the end of your workday or whenever, you come back home, and you want to be welcomed like, hey, dad, and hi, honey, nice to see you. And instead they're like, where were you? I need you. Hurry, do this. And if you're not ready for that energy, if you are already stressed, this is where wars start, right? So work, if you don't have a good system for shucking the pain and suffering from work and bringing that home, then again, it's gonna be a recipe for disaster. So it'll create instant tension. Oh, I couldn't speak for a while. So in this situation, if you are not ready for tension when you enter the home, if you have certain expectations and they're not met, then that can either, I've seen this, men who are really upset either go, hi, they go, what is happening? It kind of gets like really, your throat gets so tight. You're like, ah. And other people go low, what is going on here, right? But either way, you either go high or low, but you start freaking out a little bit, right? Or you start shutting down. You start getting into yourself. I know these people that the moment that they become silent, you better be careful because they're about to freak out, right? But when you're in this situation, you're not leading, you're reacting, right? And so kids, honestly, they learn from this chaos. They learn, how does daddy deal in difficult situations? And if you don't do well, if you just start screaming at them, guess what that does to them? They either become screamers or they get traumatized and they don't know how to talk about things, right? Also, in terms of your wife, if you're coming home with some crazy energy and you just start like reaming people, or you start saying, what's all this? And you're bringing this energy of like, you guys are not doing a good job. They haven't seen you since the morning, right? So that's the energy that you're coming to them with. And that's not a good precedent, because now every time they come home, like Pavlov, they don't know which dad they're going to get, right? So you start to lose confidence as well in these situations that like, oh, I'm a bad dad, or my family's failing me, or you really get negative. And this is because you're overloaded. You're not failing, but you need to learn how to stay grounded, okay? So I'm just moving all over the place here. This is what you need to do. You need to understand about your nervous system. Your nervous system is basically how your body reacts to different situations, including emotions like stress, fear, anxiety, these kind of things. But also your nervous system can react to an environment of when other people are fighting and you don't know what's going on. And police, Navy SEALs have to train themselves like crazy how to deal with like crazy combat situations. But think about sometimes our home is a little bit of a combat situation. So we also need to learn how to calm our nervous system. So here's the thing. If you are freaking out, no matter if you try to pretend like you're not, or try to pretend like everything's okay, your kids are still picking up on some crazy vibes. They feel like, oh, dad is not okay, whether they can express it or not. Even babies don't like being around that bad energy, right? So you need to learn how to regulate yourself, because tension spreads. Also, if you don't know how to separate your work from your home, then you're bringing a lot of work stress into your home, and you're giving that instead of like giving your kids the gift of your beautiful presence, of your hilarious jokes and all that. You're giving them stress, leftover secondhand stress from work, and that's not fair to them. So we have to really learn how to separate, and I'll get into this, separate yourself before you walk into the house so that you have a new energy that's focused on them and them feeling great. Because if you are a calm, intentional leader in the home, then people will flock to you. And if you are a spastic father and a spastic husband, people will run from you, okay? So the micro practices are, in terms of calming yourself, a very basic one is just breathing. Just like a deep breath. I find myself, my wife oftentimes looks at me and is like, what was that? I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, are you okay? You look like you're suffocating. And I don't know it, but I'm doing this. Taking these deep breaths to process whatever she's telling me. And sometimes my face looks a little bit crazy, so she thinks I'm dying or something. But actually, I'm just unconsciously letting my body calm down. So try to do this before you enter the home, right? The doorway reset is like turning off work brain, turning off your phone. Stop checking emails. Be like, okay, that's done. Take a deep breath and be like, okay, who do I want to be? And then you hop into a different character. You take off your work hat, put on your dad hat, and you get to it. Or your husband hat, because your wife also needs good energy, right? And micro practices, like honestly, if I have 3 little boys who love to all talk to me at the same time, and that used to stress me out to no end. What I started doing is just saying, okay, one at a time. I want to hear you all, but I can't hear you all at the same time. So you go first, second, third, whatever. Find your order, but please give me a chance here, right? So the protocol is like this. If you regulate yourself, it's learning different breath work. So just a very basic framework is, if you want to wake up more, then you take longer breaths in and shorter breaths out, like that'll wake you up if you're starting to like fall asleep or whatever, or you just need more energy. But if you want to calm down, it's longer breaths out, like those calm you down. So take those like breath out focused breaths, and you will start to calm yourself down. Next is start slowing down your thoughts by talking slower. Because a lot of times you come in with this frenetic energy, and it's just like, chill, okay, hey everybody, Papa's home. You can also change your voice. Be like, I'm home. Change the energy. So you're not like, I'm home. Just, hey guys, I'm home, right? And just come with that energy, regardless. If everybody's crying, all your kids are crying, you go, hey guys, I'm here. Let's figure things out, right? That's like how you have fun at this whole thing. And the next one is like, sit with them, just chill. If you're entering a chaotic place and you come with like a detective energy, solving, let's make things better energy, then, okay, let's say you come into the room and your kids are fighting, be like, okay, let's figure this out. You sit over there, you sit over there. I'm going to deal with this. This is going to be totally okay. And whether you say it or you just feel it, regardless, just try to come with your own energy. And this is the magical thing, is that we are not meant to be perfect fathers. We're just meant to be grounded. But grounded in what? What does that even mean? Well, grounded to me means that you have an intentionality, who you want to be and how you want to show up. And that means, okay, I'm going to ground myself in, I want to be the fun dad today. We need to have more fun. I've been so serious. Let's just have fun. And so you find your own energy and you bring that and you offer it freely until people hop on board the fun train and you go. or if it's problem solving energy or consoling energy, because maybe somebody needs a hug. Soft energy, hyped up energy, maybe everybody's a little down. Guys, let's do this. And you put on some music, just finding out who you want to be. And because as the dad, like it or not, our energy deeply influences our family. And so to choose your energy and to ground yourself in the energy of your choosing, rather than all this weird energy that we bring into our home if we're unintentional, it's the difference between enjoying the ride and just feeling a ton of regret all the time. So please, main things before you go home every day. If you work a job, right, then ground yourself in who you want to be by calming yourself down, deciding who you want to be, and showing up with your own energy, a giving energy, a loving energy, and figure out what tone your family needs from you that day. We all have many characters. We can be many different things for our family. So play along. It's super fun. Let me know if this helps. Take care, everybody.